Hi guys, it's Uga and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing my review for Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult. This is her new book and I received an ARC on NetGalley, so thank you for the publisher, Jodi and NetGalley, for giving this ARC. I was over the top when I got this ARC. I was so excited because, as you know, Jodi is one of my favorite authors and I have heard this pre-order signed on Hodder Stoughton, so I'm going to keep that because I want all Jodi Picoult books. But let's start with this book. This book reflects this past year of us in the pandemic. So begins in 2020. We follow just one POV, which is strange for the Jodi I know, since she usually does a lot of POVs, but this one it just follows one POV, and it's from Diana. Diana is a woman, nearly in the 30s, and she has a life all planned. She wants to get married by 30, have kids by 35, and have established her career therefore. She believes her boyfriend Finn, who is a medical resident, is going to propose her when they go to Galapagos to spend like a honeymoon or just a vacation. But then a virus, COVID, break, and Finn has told her, well, I have to stay in New York to because we don't know how this is going to be, but you should definitely go to Galapagos, don't waste the money. And she goes. When she arrives there, they inform her that she has to stay at least 2 weeks because the island will close, and she says yes, and she enjoys that experience. And when she enjoys that starts to question her life and her decisions, and also everything that she believes, because the life is different, the connection with people and everything that she believed was different, because at one time she'd start losing her job because people start going, everything starts to close. Diana works in arts, especially selling art in auctions. I think it's the other competitive to Christie's, and that's what she used to live. So when the world stopped, she was stopped and said, well, you lost your job. I really like the book. I think the book sets a very interesting aspect of what is life. I think the characters, the Diana, it's very interesting to follow, because this book is, I don't know if it's perfect for us who lived through this. For us will be an introspection of what we felt, the scare, the pain, the uncertain, everything that we lived through in the past almost 2 years now of COVID. In the beginning, especially when no one know how to treat it, there is no ventilators, people were dying one after the other, the doctors were tired, the nurses, because anyone could do anything, because it wasn't impossible to know, everything was brand new. And I think that fear is very translated here. Each time that Diana could receive an email from Finn, it was heartbreaking for me. I felt so much the pain, and I think a little homage to all the health professionals who work non-stop since 2020 till now, because we need to stop this, and now it's our part to do the things which is through vaccination. But I think each time that he put a record that more people die, an elderly couple that were together, one survived, the other not. We're starting to do this technique because someone used it and worked in some place, but we don't know if it's gonna work. And it was very much real. But also, it has the other side of the story, especially the people who stay together, who start to consider their lives. A lot of couples reconsider their lives together, because they usually just spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe together full time, and now they went up to 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 24 hours by 24 hour, and they change a lot of dynamics, they change a lot of perspective, that changed a lot of what do you want with your life. It puts everything in perspective, you know. You wanted maybe be the greatest on something, or be like Diana wanted to be successful in her job, and maybe she didn't enjoy it at all, but that was what she programmed. And when she has put her life in standby, she started to understand that there's more life than that, and that was, for us, is the retrospective what we thought about these 2 years. For younger audiences that this book will stand, and maybe in 10 years kids will now read it and analyzed what we felt in this moment and understood that was a moment that changed a lot of lives, that changed a lot of perspectives, that people question a lot about their decisions, about what they want. And I think Jodi made an impactable work on this, because she analyzed what a lot of people live through, and this is just another told about what we talk about in this year. Everyone starts making bread, but we also understand more relationships. Some couples grew stronger, some couples grew apart, and that is what this story is about. It's about second chances, about finding yourself in the middle of a crisis and understood what is important to you or not. I think writing style of Jodi is impeccable. Queen, definitely. But I think there is a plot element in his story who can be a little turn off for a lot of readers. Definitely for me, when I arrived at that point, I was like, what? And then I continue the story, and I still don't know how I feel about it, because from one point, it's very good, because it makes sense on the way that then she built the story around it, but at the same time, it can build some frustration. I think it's very interesting how she planned all this, and I think for some people will be enjoyable, so for many people will be like, oh no, please don't. And yeah, I think that part can be very polarizing. The rest of the novel is just understanding how we are going and why I was still going, you know, everything from going up and down on this ladder and going to trying to get the normal life again. And I think this for a lot of people will be very much a mirror of what their reality was. Jodi explains a lot that she suffers from asthma, so she was very scared at the beginning because she was in the group risk, and she also couldn't find inspiration to write, and she couldn't focus to write. And I think that is what a lot of people impact in this year. A lot of life stopped, being away from families, because it was very fast. It wasn't something that we expected from one day we are in a normal life, and then we have to change drastically. I think it's a hard read because it's still very recent, and for some people who suffered more can be a very triggered one, especially someone who may work in a hospital. The descriptions from Finn's perspective in the emails, it brought me to tears, because thinking the frustration that each doctor and nurse felt during those months, especially the beginning, the first months, or the months of the increasing of a lot of cases where you are near the rupture, it will be so intense that could bring a lot of PTSD back. But yeah, overall, I think it's a great novel to younger people who didn't live through this, to understand what change in their life as a society, and also for us a little bit as a reminder that nothing is guaranteed and nothing is life is not planned as you want. Don't forget that, and you should always enjoy life. I think it's better to enjoy than just to have things physically. Yeah, so this was my review for I Wish You Were Here by Jodi. Tell me in the comments if you are interested in it, if you felt this read could be interesting for in some years to other generations to understand what's been lived through. If you reach this far, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell to be notified each time that I post a video. Thank you again, NetGalley, the author, and the publishing for giving me this art. I post videos every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I have reading sprints on my channel live on Fridays, 9 PM London time, and I see you guys in my next video. Bye.